Now I am going to install a fresh Laravel because I am going to integrate this Stripe with Laravel. So in order to integrate a fresh Laravel, I am going to the Laravel documentation. And if you go to the Laravel documentation, here just click on the main link, and the latest Laravel is Laravel 10 right now. So here go to installation, and you will see that in the bottom there is a link, composer, this one. So okay, so copy that from here, and now I am going to install Laravel into my desktop, for example. So I am going to create here, I am going to desktop now using my terminal, and in my desktop here I am going to install the Laravel new application. For example, I am going to paste, I am again going to copy this one, okay, and I am going to paste it here, but I am going to change my app name. It will be, for example, Stripe. So enter. The Laravel is now going to be installed on my desktop. Okay, the installation is done. Now I will have to go to cd Stripe. Okay, I am now into the Stripe folder, and where it comes, it actually comes into my desktop and Stripe. This is the fresh Laravel installation. And now here I am going to run the server. So php artisan serve. So the server is running. I am going to copy this link, and in my browser I am going to paste, and this is the fresh Laravel that I have installed right now, and it is Laravel 10.33. okay, now I am going to open this application. That means this Stripe folder I am going to open with my VS Code editor. So just go here and drag the folder into here, so it comes. I will create later the database that will be Stripe. Okay, so Stripe, and my database password will be root. In your case it can be empty, so if it is empty you do not need to put anything here. So this is okay, the setup is okay. Now what I will do, so after installing the Laravel, here you see the resources, views, and this is the main page, welcome page that you see actually into the output here. Now I am going to change the content of this page. So change the content. I am going to call HTML here, and here I can give Laravel and then Stripe integration. Okay, and here into the body I am going to give here the product name, for example, or only product laptop, and then h3 price equal to, for example, $5, and after that I am going to call a form like this, and here is CSRF, and here I am going to call a button, that is submit button. So button submit, and here it will be pay with Stripe, and here in the form action I will create my route. Okay, post route I will give here, but how it looks like, let's check it. You see, yes, product laptop, price is this, pay with Stripe. It is working perfectly. So here now I am going to do another thing, that is route will be Stripe here, and here I will pass some hidden data from this field, that is, for example, price. What is the price? Price is $5, so just put the price. Then there is another one, that is name, or here I can give here the product name, that is laptop, and third one will be for example quantity, and this is 1, that is okay, right? Now here what I will do, I am going, as I use the route here, so I am going to the routes and web.php. From here I am going to remove the code, and bottom here I will call route post. What will be my route? That is Stripe, because this is a Stripe payment get method I am going to implement. So I just put the route name Stripe, and this is a post route because this is coming using the form. And here it will be, for example, Stripe controller class, and then method name will be stripe. And lastly here there will be a name, that is stripe. This is a name route. So after that there I am going to copy this one and paste it, and another two route will be get route, that is success, and this will be a success, and this will be success. Another one will be cancel. So all will be cancel. So these are the main routes that I will use in this application. One is a stripe, that is a post route, and other two are get routes. So this is the code, and in the top I will have to call the stripe controller. I did not even create the controller, so I am going to create a controller now. So PHP artisan make controller, and stripe controller will be my controller. Also I will create migration file to save my database. So PHP artisan make migration, then create payments table. I create it. Another one I will create model for the payments table, that is model payment. It will be singular form of the table. So these are the basic, that is okay. I am not going to change anything in this position. So you see, up to this my task is done. So what will be my next task? In the env file I am going to give two entries. One will be a stripe, for example a stripe test key, so secret key, and publishable key. So publishable key equal to what will be the value I will put here, and another one will be a stripe test sk, for example secret key. I will get those values from here. You know, I have this value, I am just going to click, it is copied, and here I am going to paste it. This is publishable key. Another one is secret key. I am going to copy this from here, and I am going to here and paste the secret key here. Okay, so this task is done. And another small task is there, that is I am now going to my config folder, and here I am going to create a stripe.php file. So here my configuration I will give here, that is php return, and here I will return something. What thing I will return? Here in this case I am going to call, for example, a stripe pk publishable key equal to, in the env I have some data, that is, you know, that is a stripe pk, that I call into the env, a stripe test pk. Okay, so a stripe test pk, I just put it here, and after that there is a secret key, there is a stripe sk and a stripe test sk. So this is done. I will call these values using the stripe.php. Or alternately you can straight call this, whatever you want you can do this here. And now another thing that I need to use into my controller, if I go to the controller was actually created here, http controllers here, and in this controller I will have to put some code. Where I will get the code? If you go to the stripe doc, I am going to search into Google, that is stripe documentation or docs. Go to the stripe docs, and here I will search into the box, that is quantity checkout. You see, make line items quantities adjustable. Okay, so here just click here, make line items quantities adjustable. Okay, here you will see there are many types of codes. I am going to implement the stripe with the Laravel, that is actually PHP framework. So I am going to the PHP section, and into the PHP section they already give me some code. I am going to click here to copy the code, and into my stripe controller I am going to paste the full code here, but not here. I am going to create function first, that is a stripe function, and here into the stripe I will just call request of request, and into this I am going to paste the code. So let's check it here. Okay, these two lines I am going to remove. Okay, here you see a step test key straight given. I am going to remove it because I have the step test key into my config. The config means into the config folder I have the stripe, right? And I am going to call here like this. So stripe dot this one is okay. I will change it later. Just think about this. Okay, it will still not work because I will have to use the stripe, but for now it is okay. I am not going to change anything from here right now. Here line item is this. Text is not actually needed. I am going to remove it. Adjustable quantity also not needed from here, and here text behavior also not needed. I am going to remove it. I am going to put it in a good format. Mode is okay. Here is this. So like this, success URL here will be changed and cancel URL I will change, but for now it is okay. Now let's do another thing, that is I am going to install a package. So GitHub Stripe, search by this, and in GitHub there is a Stripe PHP, not Node, this will be PHP. So you see in the GitHub there is a PHP library. Okay, so I am going to install this. Here they give me the code. I am going to copy it, and in my terminal I am going to paste it. So the Stripe will be installed here. So this is the first step that is needed. Okay, and required vendor auto load and all other things. Okay, no problem. So this is actually installed. Now what I will do, what is the next step actually? Next step is to work with the controller. Okay, so in order to work with the controller I am going to close this is okay. So here let's modify the code now. You see new stripe client config. Stripe means this. What does this mean? The config is actually the folder, and into my config folder there I created a file that was stripe.php, right? And here this is stripe pk stripe sk. So from here I am going to call stripe sk because secret key is needed here. So in this way I call that attribute here. So this is the first one, and all other items that come here I am going to call a response variable, and all the data that is coming here I am going to put as a response, and lastly I will check what is coming into the response. Okay, so step client config is okay, then session create, then there is line items, price data currency USD is okay. If you want you can change it. Then there is a product data. What product I am going to pass here? Actually I am going to pass my request of product, that is request of product name, because using the hidden field I pass the variable, for example like this. The product name is coming from here to here, so I have this data in my hand. So request of product name. Another is quantity. This is request of quantity. Okay, and this is actually the price. So this is very important. The USD here actually if I put the price that comes using the hidden field, this is actually in USD. I will have to convert it into cents, so I will have to multiply with 100. Okay, so this price will be sent into the as a response in the cents format, not USD, not dollar, remember it. Okay, so you will have to multiply by 100. Quantity is okay, and here in the mode payment there is success URL is this, but you know I have a route, success route, that is route of success, and this one will be route of cancel, right? Okay, success is double S. Okay, it comes here. You see, this is success. This is the route, named route, so I can call it here. But here another very important thing to add, that is, in order to pass the response, when I will pass the data to a separate URL from this page, then what you will do, you will have to pass a session ID, that means checkout session ID. So here just concat that, concat question equal to this. So question session ID equal to checkout session ID. This is very important, remember that, because if I get any success response, that means if I when I will get the success response into another function, because here you will see I will have to create public, then function, and then success, right? So here I will call the request of request. I am going to remove it now for. So this is one, and another one is here, that is cancel. So here I put cancel. So in the success, the request will be received. Which request? When the payment will be done by Stripe, then it will come back to here. But in that case, how I can get the session ID? So from this I will have to pass the session ID that I will receive in this case, in order to check if the payment is really successful or not, any fake payment is done or not. Okay, so this is very important to see. So in this stage, if I check the response, what will be happened? If I go to here and then if I click on pay with a Stripe, you will see there will be a response. Okay, so in the response you will see there is a big URL. This is actually the checkout URL. That means I will pass the customer to that URL. So what I can do, getting the response, I know what I will have to do. So here I will also have to check another one, that is ID. There is ID, you see, this is a response ID. So if this ID does not exist, the response will not pass to the Stripe. So before sending my user to the Stripe website, I will have to verify if he is a real person or not. If he really wants to pay, I will have to verify using this step. So here I will call if is set, there is a response of ID. Okay, so if there is this variable exists, that means if is set response of ID and the response of ID, this is not equal to null. Okay, so then I will just put return the redirect, where it will redirect response of URL. You see there is URL in the bottom, this is the URL. Here I will pass the user, so I will take the user to that URL using this. If any error in the response, then the payment will be immediately cancelled. So here I can pass the user to the return. Here I can call redirect, not back. Here I can just take him to the cancel route. So redirect route, that will be cancel route. Okay, so if I now make this off, okay, now if I go back here again, click here, you will see the user is taken to the step checkout page. So from here he will now go to proceed with the checkout. When checkout will be done, then he will come back to here. With which information he will come back to here? That will be request of session ID, because I pass the data using the session ID. So here what I can do, I can again check if there is any session ID. So if for the security I will check again if is set, that will be request of session ID. If this one, then I will run the operation, else I will show the error. That means the payment will be cancelled like this. And in the cancel page, just return something, what can I write here, that payment is cancelled. And here when everything will be okay, then I will return, that is payment is successful. Okay, just show it in front of user. and the session variable data I will have here, and I will do all other things here now. So what things I will do here, but before going there, I am just going to check the response that comes here, because this request of session ID is okay, but here I will get another response. So I am going to call this one, that is Stripe, that I used into previous, because this is the default call of the Stripe client. So I put the same thing here. And another one was this one, that was session create, right? But here I will use the session retrieve, because I need to retrieve the data. So here what I will do, here you see the Stripe, then checkout, then sessions, and instead of create, retrieve, I will retrieve the data, and this data I will put into here, into the response variable. And into the retrieve, what I will call here, the session ID that comes, I will retrieve by the session ID, that is request of session ID. And what the response coming here, I am going to check, that is response now. Okay, so let's check it. So refresh. So when the payment will be done, for example, I am going to give here something, Smith, your email actually here, smith@gmail.com. There are some Stripe cards. In order to check, if you go into the Google and if you search by sample Stripe cards, then you will see for the test payment you can use the Stripe cards from here. So there are many cards information you will get here, Visa card, Visa, MasterCard, etc. I am going to use this Visa card, this one. Okay, so here I am going to use this one. You can use any card here, any number, this one and this one you can give any number, any name you can give here, no problem, but the card must be valid card that is given into this link here. Okay, so here I am going to pay. After pay, it will be redirected back to my response. You see, I get all the response here. I get all the things, for example, status. So from here I am going to check the status is completed. Also here success URL is given, and also here other information, the currency is USD. You see from here, you see the payment ID is this one. Okay, so you will get a lot of other information here. You will also see the customer detail from here, that is customer detail of here. You see the customer email, name, phone, address, etc. information you will get from here. That means it is working perfectly. And if the payment is done, if I go here, refresh the transaction page, you will see there will be a valid transaction. You see this is charged. So I paid $5 and net I get 4.55 and fee is 0.45. Okay, so the description is showing here. If you click here, you will see the detail about this. If you go to the payment, you will also see here that the payment is completed and succeeded. Okay, you know that I created a migration file, and that is into the database, and then migrations, and this is the migration file. Okay, so in this case I am going to create a payments table into my database. So in order to create this payments table in the migration, I will have to define the fields. For example, the payment ID will be a transaction ID or something like that. So here table string, this will be actually the payment ID. So this is the first field. And what will be the second field? For example, the product name, that can be product name. The third one will be, for example, quantity, product name, then it can be quantity, then it can be amount, price, or you can give here the amount, and then there will be currency, then who is going to pay, that is the payer or customer. Okay, so here you can give here the customer name. Actually two information needed, that is customer name and customer email. All others are actually not needed. So customer name and customer email. Then there will be payment status. So payment status, and another one will be, for example, the payment method. So payment method, because when you will use the same table in order to get the payment from the PayPal or Stripe or any other payment gateways, then you will have to define where this payment comes for which payment method. So in my case it is Stripe, right? So this is okay. I think these information are okay for now. So I am going to the terminal, and here I am going to run the command php artisan migrate. Then the table will be created, but actually the table will not create first because I do not have that database by the name of Stripe. So I am going to select yes, enter, then database is created and then table is created. Both the items are created by this command. Okay, so here I am going to check my local host. So in my case this is php my admin. I am going to enter. Here you will see this is the Stripe, right? And here you see a payments table come. That is all the information that I put here, but by default you see there is no information here. Now in the state controller, when the response is success, then what I will do, I will just call here into top, that is app. Then I am going to call models, payment model I already have created, so I call this model. And here into the bottom, here I am going to take payment equal to new payment, and then all the data I will need, that is payment ID, and payment ID is equal to actually here if I go here the response of ID. Okay, so here I give payment ID equal to payment ID. Then the second data is product name. Product name is actually which name. This is session variable data, session. When I pass this data into the outside URL, before going there I am going to use a put session, put product name equal to this, and another one I will need, that is quantity, right? So quantity here, from here I get the quantity also. So product name and product quantity. So here this is the product name equal to session get of product name, and another one will be quantity, that is session get of quantity, because when out from the Stripe, when it will back to another method, then actually there is no data in my hand sometimes. So in order to make it easy, I just take the product name into session variable and put that here. And after the quantity there is amount. The amount is actually the response of amount I have in my hand. So let's check it. Where is the amount? The amount is actually the $500. You see the amount total equal to 500. You can take it in this way, or if you want you can also use another one, that is price in the session variable, and you can just take that from here. So this is price. So after the price there is currency, and there is customer name, that is response customer details name, or response customer details, and name and email. You see that when I just enter, already a auto suggestion comes. I am actually using the GitHub GitHub Copilot, so it is giving me some good suggestions. So if you want you can use that. It will help you to do programming or to write your code very easier. It will make your life easier. You see that it is telling me what to write. I just press tab and it is just writing that here. And what is the payment status? If I go here, you will see the status is equal to complete. That is not payment status, that is a status. And the last one, payment method, that is not this. I am going to put here a Stripe. And finally payment save, and payment is successful. And when the success is done, then I will unset the variable. So I will unset all the things. For session forget or unset, you can use the unset function, or If you want, you can use the session forget function, so no problem at all, right? So in this way you can unset all the data. I'm not going to put it here, just product name, quantity and price, you can use the forget or unset. So okay, it should work now. Let's check it. If it works or not, I'm going back, refresh. Okay, in my payments table there is no data now. I am going to pay using the Stripe. Okay, the smith@gmail.com is okay. This is the card, so this is something I give here, no problem at all. Security code, there will be another one. Okay, now click on the pay button. Yes, payment is successful. You see payment is successful. And also if I go here payments, you see payment ID is this, product name, quantity, amount, currency, name, email, payment status complete, method Stripe, everything is working. So the payment is done. If you go here, refresh, you will see another payment will come here. You see there all is 2, that means this one comes right now here. Okay, so this one is also succeeded. So in this way you can easily integrate the Stripe payment method with your Laravel application.